Hi, hello, welcome back to another session of geography. In the previous class, we started one more lesson from geography part, that is Unit 4, Water Resources of Karnataka State. In this lesson, we already completed one more topic, that is river system of Karnataka State. In that, we learnt east flowing rivers and west flowing rivers. In this class, we are going to learn another topic from this lesson, that is irrigation in Karnataka. In irrigation, we are going to learn these two topics. Those are meaning of irrigation and types of irrigation, and also hydroelectric power and main hydroelectric powers of Karnataka state, and the last topic river water disputes. So children, let's start our class with the meaning of irrigation. Before going to topic, let me ask one question for you. In the previous lesson, we discussed about distribution of annual rainfall in Karnataka state. We discussed, no? Yes. Distribution of rainfall in Karnataka, is it equally distributed all over the state? No. Basically, for agriculture production, annual rainfall is the main aspect. Rainfall is main thing for cultivation. If Karnataka gets sufficient rainfall, of course, it helps to cultivation. Suppose in case Karnataka state didn't get sufficient annual rainfall, then what farmers will do? If get sufficient annual rainfall, of course they will start cultivation. If not, if in case Karnataka state didn't get sufficient annual rainfall, means what farmers will do? Of course, they will do other alternative system. Then what we have to call for alternative systems? We are observed in the agriculture land. That alternative system we call irrigation. Irrigation means the artificial supply of water for agriculture is called irrigation. Again, once I am repeating here the meaning of irrigation. The artificial supply of water for agriculture is called irrigation. So, irrigation is a main aspect for cultivation, where low rainfall recorded, there irrigation facility is most important thing to start cultivation. So, irrigation we can see, the where low rainfall recorded, there we can see irrigation. In Malnad region receives heavy rainfall, so that their irrigation facility no need. In North Karnataka, here North Karnataka irrigation is most important thing, because here North Karnataka receiving medium rainfall, so that irrigation is so important in Karnataka state. So irrigation theme, it has been practiced from ancient time. It is not recently. It has been practiced from ancient times in the ruling of dynasties. And next move on another topic, that is types of irrigation. Types of irrigation can be classified into three main types. How many types? Three main types. Those are canal irrigation, tank irrigation and well irrigation. These three kinds of irrigation we can see in the where low rainfall has recorded, there we can see these three kinds of irrigation in Karnataka state. Here, Raichur district has the largest area under canal irrigation in Karnataka. Which district? Raichur district. And tank irrigation maximum we can see Shivamogga district, and as well as well irrigation we can see in the Belagavi district. Tank irrigation, that is Shivamogga district, canal in Raichur, and well irrigation in Belagavi district. The first large dam in Karnataka state, it was constructed in the year 1907 across the river of Vani Vilasa Sagara. This project is also called Mari Kanive plan. And in Karnataka, some important canal projects are there. The projects are Krishnaraja Sagara, Tungabhadra, Kabini, Harangi, Vani Vilasa Sagara, Upper Krishna project, Alamatti, Narayanapura, Malaprabha and others. These are the few important canal projects in Karnataka state. This is about irrigation in Karnataka. Next, move on another topic, that is hydroelectric powers. Karnataka state was successfully to start hydel power station in India for the first time. So, Karnataka was the first state. Let me ask one question for you. Which are the basic needs to start hydel power station in India? Which are the basic needs? The basic needs are coal and petroleum. Coal and petroleum are the basic needs to start hydel power station. But these two minerals are not available in Karnataka state. Then how Karnataka was started hydel power station for the first time in India? Basically coal and petroleum, the main aspect, the main basic needs. But in Karnataka, coal and petroleum are not available in Karnataka. Then how Karnataka state was successful to start hydro power station in India for the first time? The main basic advantages for the Karnataka, that is rivers. Karnataka state has number of rivers, so that the main advantages for to start hydro power station in India. Already in the previous video class we discussed river system of Karnataka state, east flowing rivers and west flowing rivers. So, Karnataka has number of rivers. It is one of the best advantages to start hydro power station in India. The first hydro power station was started in the year 1902 at Shivanasamudra across the river of Kaveri. Which was the first hydro power station in India? That is Shivanasamudra. It was started in the year 1902 across the river of Kaveri river, because to supply of power for KGF. Have you heard the name of KGF? Of course, you people heard the name KGF. It means Kolar Gold Field. Because of supply of power for the KGF, Shivanasamudra was started in our India. So, Shivanasamudra was the first hydro power station in our India. It was constructed, it was established in the year 1902. In a short distance, a second hydro power station was started in the year 1940 across the river of Shimsha. So, first hydro power station, that is Shivanasamudra, and second hydro power station, it was constructed in the year 1940 across the river of Shimsha. And another power station was also started in the year 1947 across the river of Sharavati, the name of hydropower station, that is Mahatma Gandhi Hydropower Station in Karnataka. These three are major hydropower station in Karnataka state. First one, Shivanasamudra, second, Shimsha, and third, Mahatma Gandhi Hydropower Station. Later, many more hydroelectric power stations were established in Karnataka state under the 5-year plan. So that Karnataka has established major hydroelectric projects. The important projects are Shivanasamudra, Shimsha. These two projects have established across the river of Kaveri. And next here, Sharavati, Gairusoppa and Mahatma Gandhi Hydroelectric Power Station. These three hydroelectric power stations were established across the river of Sharavati. And next here, Kodasali and Nagazari. These two projects were established across the river of Kali. And next here, Varahi and Marikanive. These two hydroelectric power stations were established across the river of Varahi. And next, Bhadra, Alamatti, Tungabhadra, Ghataprabha. These four hydroelectric power stations were established across the river of Krishna river. So, this is about the main hydroelectric powers projects of Karnataka state. Next, move on another topic. This is the last topic from this lesson, that is river water disputes. As I told you in the previous class, India is called the birthplace of many rivers, and also it is called the land of rivers. So that Karnataka has a number of rivers. Here, river system, rivers flows from one state to another state. It has created major problem among the states or between the states. This kind of problem has been in the Karnataka state. The major river water disputes are the Krishna and the Kaveri river. The Kaveri river birthplace Talakaveri. Is it no? The Kaveri river flows from one state to another state. Later, it joined in the Bay of Bengal. The states are Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Pondicherry. Later, joined in the Bay of Bengal. And another important river water disputes, that is the Krishna river. The Krishna river birthplace, that is Mahabaleshwara. It flows from one state to another state. The states are Karnataka, Maharashtra and Andhra Pradesh. This is about river water disputes. By this topic, today we completed one more lesson from geography part, that is Unit 4, water resources of Karnataka state. So children, let's meet in the next session. Thank you and have a great day.